Alright guys, we are here with Topps Chrome 22. Um, to Let me get the link shared and we'll get rolling. Obviously, it's 40 blasters. We have 4 right here, and then we have 36 right there. 6 by 2 by 3, 36. YouTube. Let me get the link shared and we'll get. Glad to be back. Breaking. I feel like having days off stinks. So let's not do that. Link to YouTube anymore. I think the mixer has like 5 teams left. If it breaks before I'm done breaking this one, I will break that. Or if it fills before I'm done breaking this one, I will break that one as well. If it doesn't, we'll obviously roll it till tomorrow. Hopefully everybody's having a good night. And the link should be shared, so. Oh man, the connectivity is. There we go. Alright, I appreciate y'all. Let's get rolling here. We'll do them 5 blasters at a time like we were before. We did the last couple cases of this. Let me get this like pretty centered, and I think we're good right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll grab one up top. We'll get Cal first, though. Good luck, charm around here. Give him a nice rub on the boxes. Facebook has a bunch of latency. I don't have the same latency on YouTube, so if you're seeing a bunch of latency, I might recommend going to YouTube compared to staying on Facebook. But let's get rolling into these. I'll go to multi-stream chat. That way, if people talk on Facebook, I can still see it. But I have not the best reception. How's everybody's week been so far? A little disappointed that they pushed back releases, man. That's never fun when they push back releases. Hey, how you doing, Brian? Well, I'm being honest, we went live for the first time on Whatnot, and it really wasn't, I'd say, the best experience, but what are you going to do? Just trying to think of other ways to get a following. Loupe has been okay, but the traffic is just so inconsistent on that app that it's... Figured if we could build a decent following on Whatnot, at least it'd be consistent, even though I think Whatnot's still kind of cancer, so... Like, as a whole, I mean, obviously you could have good people like myself or whoever else on there, but... Because unfortunately, for whatever reason, like, I mean, we keep growing as a group, but it seems like we have too many stagnant periods, and I think you guys kind of know what I'm saying, and it also can't be the same guys, like, just hard carrying the group. Like, I know there was a couple times where you're taking, like, 4 or 5 teams, and then we've had Michael lately taking a lot of teams, like... I mean, I wouldn't necessarily recommend it. Yeah, I mean, definitely getting a lot of new people, and they are getting in breaks, so I do appreciate that. Just have to keep that up, keep growing. We'll see how football goes next week, man. I was gonna say that, what's it called comes out. Composite comes out. Obviously, Topps Chrome Basketball comes out next week. So pretty big week outside of baseball, and that's where my concern starts to lie, because that's where we'll know. Hopefully some of the new guys are football and basketball guys too, but long term, that's where we need to be at. I got answers back from the shop. I got to see if the company that does the leasing will lower the price a little bit, and then I'm in. But if they won't, I don't know. And I don't know if I want to sign a 5-year lease that automatically goes up. That automatically goes up 3% every year at a little bit higher than I want for the first year, because then the next couple years it's definitely going to be higher than I want. So I'm going to see if we can either not increase it 3% every year and stay at the same price they gave me, then I'll do that. Or if they want to lower it and they still want to go up 3% every year, then let's lower it. I'll go up 3% every year. I think the money will end up shaking out the exact same. It's just whether I'm paying it now or later kind of thing. We have Hunter Goodman for the Rockies, Moreno, Castellanos, Luis Matos on the Prism. We have Acuna Jr., Fitzgerald, Sassoni, Stanton, Kershaw, Lofton, O'Hoppe, Lewis, Wade Jr., Furman, Acuna Jr., Yelich, Starling, Marte, Everson, Pereira on the pink, McLean, Blackman, Contreras, and Aaron Judge. We have Drew Millis, Samad Taylor, Sonny Gray, Lowe, Jacob deGrom, Jacob Lopez, Dane Myers, Dansby Swanson, Conforto, Verlander, Jackson Merrill, Padermo, Mountcastle. There we go. Nice prism of Jackson Holiday. Noelvi Marte on the sepia, Victor Scott Berger, Langley's Caminero Lopez, Everson Pereira Correa, Yandy Diaz, Rafaela Jimenez Clase, Mackenzie Gorian or Diaz, Blackman, Contreras, and Edward Julian. Francisco Alvarez, Bogarts, Taylor, Baker, Lowe. Randy Arozarena, Dane Myers, Swanson, McLean, Sonny Gray. Dominic Canzone on the pink. Lopez, Mountcastle, Conforto. Davis Schneider. We're going to have Curtis Mead on the sepia. See a little Curtis Mead action. Hasn't really panned out in the pros as much as I would have liked them to, especially for some of the autographs I have. Man, I got to get some stuff posted on eBay or do claim sales in the Facebook groups. Coming weeks, we got Jackson Merrill. That's like my biggest slacking thing. That, and I got to really set up the actual grading to have you guys mass sub through me. We have Perdermo, Langliers, Junior Caminero, Pereira, Victor Scott, Berger, Semien, Lopez, Clase, Correa, Sander Bogarts, and Kessinger. But that's what a bigger space would really do, is be able to do more services, because then I can have Rodney or teach Rodney or whoever during the day to do it when they're not busy doing anything. Cody Bellinger, Candelario, Cruz, Otani, Tenna, Remilliard, Burns, Matsui, Senga, Wells, Cabbage, Rutschman, Starling Marte, Uribe, and then anything they can't like really clean well or they're not comfortable with. Because a lot of the prep work is like if the card is in good condition, like there's no scratches, there's no edge wear. Like you do the basic prep and it's really not much. But let's say there's a surface issue, like I don't think I can fix a surface issue. Like obviously I would handle those cards, right? We have Rom, Winans, Moniak. Right now I'm doing everything in my basement. We have Balasovic, Wade Meckler, Cropley, Wicks, Springer, Torres, and there's a 20 burger for the Dodgers on Otani, Turner, Devers, and Lipsius. We have Andrew Benintendi, Kyle Tucker, PCA, 194 out of 199 on the Aqua Ray Wave. Well, I need the group to get a little hardcore about football and basketball, Brian. On top of baseball, baby. We have Keaton Wynn, Dansby Swanson, Lowe, Contreras, Betts, Willer Abreu on the sepia. Nice one there. Myers, Taylor, Gray, Hayter, Lopez, Perdermo, Mountcastle. We have Conforto, Melendez, Jackson Merrill against like a fourth Jackson Merrill base. We have Betts, Langliers, Trey Cabbage, Steven Cruz, and Pereira. Victor Scott, Jake Berger, Mike Trout, Lopez, Masataka Yoshida, Correa, Zach Wheeler, Rafaela Steele, Batty, Darius Vines, Jack Flaherty, Suzuki, Pipiot, Vladdy Jr., PCA, Logan O'Hoppe, Jackson, Holiday, Williams, Crawford, Contreras, Harrison, Gurriel Jr., Devers, Patrick Bailey, Jackson Merrill on the pink, a little bit off center though. Man, I'm so happy Kyle Harrison pitched well this week. I'm like on the playoff bubble for my one fantasy league. And Kyle Harrison's one of my pitchers. He's actually one of the guys I picked in like the prospect draft this year. And he has been like, some games he pitches really well, other games he doesn't pitch like too good. And I'm playing the number one guy and I need to beat him, and next week I need to mollywop like the 10th place guy that I'm playing probably to make the playoffs, because I'm like a game and a half back in a 13 category league. So every category you win, you get a win. Every category you lose, you get a loss, right? Man, oh man, I was going to say, the number one guy is his pitching staff's having a meltdown right now. I love it. Fucking love it. He has like a 9 ERA and like fucking 20 innings pitched. Because he has like a bunch of I think he has Kimbrel, and Kimbrel's been getting lit the fuck up. I mean, Orioles fans ain't happy about it. I gotta see the bitch on Facebook all the time, but it is what it is. Get into the second 5. But yeah, man, I think if I can get this new space, it'll be dope if I design it exactly the way I want. sense of like get the right cases and stuff. I think I might have to go a little bit of like a cheaper route to start and then slowly make it exactly how I want it over time. I think the way I want it over time is probably going to be like a $20,000 to $30,000 investment of like the proper display cases. Because I want, you know, you ever see the display cases where people have like slabs in them, or they'll put product in it and it's like just a standalone like window case. Like it has a shelf obviously, but it's like you can, it's like a pretty much like it's just like a glass case, right? Like I want to put those in the shop. We'll see. I gotta message back the. Is your Facebook fine, Brian? Because mine is still like looks super like pixelated and laggy. Alright, it just is my Facebook. I'll restart the computer. Tomorrow, Mike, be ready. We're running as many full cases of Elite Trainer boxes as we can. Release day, Shrouded Fables. Gonna be $55 a spot, 8 spots. ETB, so it should be about, I think it's a 10-packer. I think the ETBs are 10-packers. I'm surprised you even came in here and bought one. I had them in the shop Wednesday because the release dates on the boxes and every email I have says the 2nd. So anybody that walked in, I let them get one if they came in and bought one. I'm surprised Dylan didn't tell you. You can yell at him if you want. We got Henry Davis. Yordan Alvarez. The artwork looks amazing in those cards, too. It's pretty... The artwork's really good this time around. We have Rillamuto, Nick Gonzalez, Chris Sale, Tenna, Garcia, Volpe, Verlander, Meckler, Happ, Lindor, Castillo, Carter, Lindor. We're going to have Yamamoto, Turner, Ellie on the pink to the Reds. Nice hit for Jesse. Love to see it. Love to see a pretty well-centered pink, too. There we go. We have Rafaela, Jimenez, Batty, Guerrero Jr., Westberg on the sepia. Nice little blaster box there with just the 2 rookies. Well, we're only in the second 5, so we're less than 10 boxes in. We got Uribe, Verlander, Cole. So I break them by boxes of 5. We have Gorman, Diaz, Meneses, Blackburn. Oh, Kirkeren. Nice one for the Phils on the refractor. 4 out of 499. It's going to be Jay Galante and the Phillies. Andrew Abbott for the Reds. Another nice, well-centered pink. Pretty decent pitcher so far this year. By no means an all-star, but definitely a guy that's going to stay in the rotation for a really long time. Andrew Abbott. We have Sheehan, Wynn, Green, Martinez, Arenado, Marte, Kwan, Varsho, J-Rod, Ellie, Contreras, McLean, and Yastrzemski. And Jess, you already have one Trout. No, maybe it was an Ohtani, not a Trout. Maybe the Dodgers too? No, Joe has the Dodgers. We have Marlowe, PCA, Trout, Casey Schmidt, Henry Davis on the pink, Brian Wu, Sissoni. We're going to have Xander Bogaerts, Ellie De La Cruz, Johan Rojas. We have Smith, Sauver, Ohapi, Schmidt, Ruiz, Westberg, Acuna Jr., Seager, Raleigh, Gallen, Quinn Priester, Curtis Mead, Seth Lugo, Tenna, Balasovic, Diaz, Pena, Bo Bichette, Noelvi Marte, David Hamilton, Matsui, O'Neill Cruz, Jung, Trey Cabbage, Remilliard, Candelario, Eddie Rodriguez, and Grayson Rodriguez. The Rodriguezes. I don't think they have any relation, by the way. We have Justin Steele, Yoshida, Jung, Riley. Nice J-Dom here for the Yanks on the Sepia. A lot of good rookies in these first 10 boxes. Oh, man. Weird. Brian Wu, Casey Schmidt, Xander Bogaerts, Kirilloff, Westberg, Smith, Sauver, Robert Jr., Curtis Mead on the all-etch rookie rush. Going to the Rays, and we have Jared Jones, Curtis Mead, Lugo, Spencer, Steer, Curtis Mead again, Tyler Soderstrom, Pena, Seager, Raleigh, Curtis Mead, David Hamilton, Priester, Bo Bichette, Soto, Remilliard, Candelario, Diaz, and Cade Marlowe. Rendon, Wade Meckler, Leiter, Volpe, Harris II, Glasnow, Evan Carter, Lee, Lindor, Baker, Sal Frank, Riley, Rodriguez, Yamamoto, Yu Darvish, Mason Wynn, Tristan Gray, Cano, Bichette, Perez, Cowser, and Triolo. Perez, DeGrom, JT Realmuto, Glasnow, Tristan Casas, Bednar, Riley, Jarvis, Semien, Arozarena, Taylor, Bieber, Garcia, Gore, Holiday, Yoshida, Kessinger, Canzone, Goldschmidt, Harper, Abbott, Tovar, Yu Darvish. We're going to have Emmett Sheehan on the pink and Brian Hayes on the 52 out of 350. Fuchsia Speckle. Pittsburgh Pirates and Patrick. That's going to be a quarter of the case gone, the first 10 blasters. Into the next 5. still can't believe they backed up Pristine a whole week, man. That's wild. Like, I don't know why they would want that, their basketball and their football product all to drop on the same like day, essentially. It's not the smartest in my opinion, but I guess it is what it is. We have Ramirez, Nolan Jones, Snell, Kierstad, Carpenter, Rutledge, Soler, Schwarber, Swanson, Chorio, Keith, Adams, Correa, Albies, Wall, Byron Buxton, Bichette, Jared, Triolo, Jazz Chisholm Jr., Bo Naylor, Taj Bradley, Perez, Davis Schneider, Walter, Hernandez, Walker, McCutcheon, and Rutledge. We're going to have Kershaw, Blake Snell, Blake Rutherford going to the Nationals, 66 out of 299. And go to John Malenik. That's how you say his name, Melnichuk. Malenik. Melnichuk getting the Blake Rutherford on the purple speckle out of 299. Seath, Colt Keith, Jack Flaherty, Melendez, Lipsius, J.P. Crawford, Nolan Jones, Soler, Schwarber, Ramirez, Abreu, Churio, Buxton, Musgrove. I have Cruz, Adams, Jose Ramirez, Gomez, Will Smith, Trevor Story, Matt Chapman, Noda, Jordan Lawler, and Soler. We got Jordan Lawler again. Gomez, DeGrom, Lowe, Horwitz, Perez, Yandy Diaz, Francisco Lindor, the 33 out of 250. On the purple, going to go to the New York Mets and Chad Cleversey. We have Evan Carter on the pink. Mauricio, Freddie Freeman, Ray, Jacob Young, Hunter Goodman, Eddie Rodriguez, Carpenter, Webb, McLean, White, Torkelson, Arrays, Gray, Montez, Jimenez, Adames, Dane Myers on the gold, Ray Wave. 15 out of 50 going to go to the Marlins. And that's going to go to Nick O. And the Marlins. Andrew Salfrank on the pink. Matt Olson, Rendon, Jeff McNeil, Corbin Carroll. We're going to have the Sepia Jordan Lawler. I'm going to go to the Diamondbacks. We have Basebe, Rizzo, Judge, Rizzo again, Funderburk. We have Gunnar Henderson, Aaron Nola, Royce Lewis on the 144 out of 299 on the purple speckle. Brian Rocchio, Kekkerin, Naylor, Sale, Lofton, Spencer Horwitz, Chisholm Jr., Abrams, Machado, Bellinger, Jason Dominguez, Phillips, Evaldi, Nola, Soderstrom, Melendez, and Kershaw. We have JT Realmuto, Bradish, Grayson Rodriguez, Gallen, Nimmo, Bellinger, Ezekiel Tovar, Junior Caminero, Sandy Alcantara, Pete Alonso, Tenna on the refractor. We have Kierstad, Christopher Morel, Bryce Terrain, Adley Rutschman for the Orioles, 219 out of 275. Huh. Wouldn't you like to know? Scott, I'll explain in 1 second. Adley Rutschman at 219 out of 250 on the purple sonar. So the one on the far left is cards that need top loaded after the break. The middle pile is cards that are pretty much veteran cards because we ship all cards, so cards that don't need sleeved. And this pile is cards that are either veteran parallels, inserts, or rookie cards that do need sleeved. We're going to have O'Neal Cruz on the pink, Kyron Paris, James Outman, Tim Anderson. We have Jung, Yordan Alvarez, Cal Ragans, JJ Bleday, and Francisco Alvarez. We got Pete Alonso, Nolan Ciano Martinez, Reynolds, Wade Meckler, Luis Matos, McMahon, Jose Altuve, Brian Harper, Matsui, Soderstrom, Kershaw, Taj Bradley, Juan Soto, Steer, Olson, Melendez, Walker, Jake Berger, Walter, DeLuca, Jack Flaherty, Hernandez, and Bryce Jarvis on the pink. That's going to be the third 5. Let's get into the next 5. He has been a pretty decent case so far, and we're only not even halfway through for blasters. The whole thing about blasters is kind of just where the pink, what the pink and sepias are in the prisms this year, because prisms aren't in hobby. So, oh wait, maybe they are in hobby. The Rayways aren't in hobby for sure. Alright, let's get into the next 5. We have Fitzgerald, Goodman, Moreno, Westberg. We have Connor Phillips, O'Hoppe, Slade, Sassoni, Lewis, Michael Harris II, Lofton, Ruiz, Yelich, Buxton, Hartwig, Furman, Acuna Jr., PCA, Jimenez, Amaya, Doyle, Arenado, Rosarena, Jared Jones, Isaiah Campbell, Bryant, Hader, Blackburn, Schneider, India, Ruiz, Wheeler, Luke, and Baker. I mean, I think Westberg's done for the year. Won't be back till like right before the playoffs. We're going to talk about a guy that doesn't get talked about for being in the All-Star game as a rookie. We have Parker Meadows, J.P. Martinez, Justin Turner, Martinez, Rendon, Neto, Ornelas, Nimmo, Tovar Young. We have Sandy Alcantara, Pete Alonso, Joey Meneses, Kierstad, Caminero, Gallen, Suzuki, Taylor, Diaz, Verlander, McClanahan, Casas, Marte, Millis, Riley Green, Canario, and Jose Ramirez. We got Cade Marlowe, Wade Jr., Contreras, Nimmo, Abner Uribe, Robert Jr., Cole, Ariz, Boyle, Wynn, Steer, Blackburn, Ruiz, Sheehan, Clase, Varsho, Meneses, Nolan Jones, PCA, Ellie, Jimenez, Austin Wells, and Carson Spires. Austin Wells has been on fire hitting. I think there might have been... There's a Lawler Sepia, but nothing like crazy. Austin Wells there. Yeah, Steven Cruz, Cedric Mullins, Soto, Corbin Carroll, Owen White, Boyle, Nico Horner, Brian Hayes, Evaldi, Spires, Lane Thomas, Tatis Jr., Rodriguez, Sal Frelick, Luciano Cease, Grant Hartwig, Coco Montes, Greinke, Will Smith, Scherzer, Gunnar Anderson, Hancock, Arenado, Lowe, and Taj Bradley. We got Jacob Amaya, Chris Murphy, Bregman, Volpe, Michael Harris II, Morel, Rodriguez, Terrain, Cunha Jr., Paris again, Blade, Francisco Alvarez, Varsho, Shiano, Martinez, Anderson, Seth Lugo on the purple Sonar, 272 out of 275 for the Royals. Lugo's pitching pretty well this year, going to Danny Dinkle. We're going to have Dane Myers, Luis Matos, Raggins, Outman, Shiano, Blackburn, Altuve, McCutcheon, Reynolds, J-Dom, Balasovic, and Rojas. Have Joe Musgrove, McClanahan, Gonzalez, Joey Votto, McMahon, Burns, Jacob Lopez, Williams, Suzuki, J.P. Crawford, Harper, Kirkering. Have Holiday, Devers, Bailey, Soler, Harrison, Goriel Jr., Stanton, Castellanos, and Spencer Torkelson. I really thought Torkelson was finally going to break out this year, not get sent down, but I guess I can be wrong every once in a while. Let's see if anybody emailed me back. Does not look like it. That's okay. Into the next 5. You talking about like the Holiday, those short prints of like the big rookies? You're not talking about the Golden Mirror. Are those Golden Mirrors? I think they're just short prints, right? Talking about just short prints and not Golden Mirrors, man, honestly, it's just opening product. Your best bet's really to buy the singles of them. I mean, if you want to chase them in packs or whatever, by all means, I would say probably Hobby or Jumbos would be the best. I mean, we pretty much average 1 or 2 per case of Jumbos when we were opening Series 2, but in general, I would honestly just buy them. I mean, other than Holiday's Fun Face card is like ridiculously priced, but the other ones aren't too bad if I remember correctly. When you're talking about the Golden Mirrors, then it's just a matter of opening product. I know that wasn't the answer you're looking for, Scott, but... Colin? Who's Colin? Alright, let's get into the next 5. This will put us... like over halfway there. We have Kekkerin, Jones, Nola, Rizzo, Cedric Mullins, Dominguez, Phillips, Rendon, Cropley, Isaiah Campbell, Henderson, Olsen, Machado, Ellie De La Cruz, Soderstrom, Evaldi, C.J. Abrams, Brian Reynolds, DeLuca, Reese Olsen, Chris Sale, Lawrence Butler, Horner, Neto, and Ornelas. Oh, okay. That makes more sense. We have Alvarez, Rafael, Paris, Martinez, Reynolds, J.J. Bleday, Nick Castellanos, Matos, Nolan Sciano, Zach Allen, McCutcheon, India, Rojas, Morel, Grayson Rodriguez, Andrew Abbott, Justin Martinez, Tim Anderson, Vladdy Jr., Musgrove, Chisholm Jr., Nick Gonzalez, Balasovic, Pipiot, Stanton, Williams, Raggins, Outman, Horwitz, Justin Turner, Lee, and Jack Leiter. Julio Rodriguez, Soto, Clayton Kershaw, Sal Frank, Arozarena, Bednar, Julio Rodriguez, Wynn, Gray. Have Riley, Lamont Wade Jr. on the negative. Tyler Cropley on the pink, Bryce Jarvis, Tristan Casas Cano, Isaiah Campbell, Schmidt, Betts, Nolan Gorman, Semien, Guerrero Jr., Cowser, Triolo, Yastrzemski, Bednar, CES, Salvador Perez, Glasnow, Jung, and Andre Lipsius. Cody Bellinger, Matsui, O'Neal Cruz, Alvarez, Reese Olson, Austin Wells, Trey Cabbage, Corbin Burns, Hayes, Rom, Mickey Moniak, Adley Rutschman, Starling Marte, Matt Olson, Wicks, Winans, Verdugo, Priester, Johnny DeLuca, Cropley, Otani, Trey Turner, Yelich, Lipsius, Tucker, Springer, Tatis Jr., Canzone, Benintendi, Gore, and Millis. Gunnar Henderson, Rodriguez, Jared Jones, McNeil, Buxton, Luis Robert Jr., Wyatt. Langford, we have Rendon, Aaron Judge, Conforto, Basebe, Olsen, Rizzo. We have Bryce Terang for the Brewers going to Greg Adams on the light board. Tristan Gray on the pink, Funderburk, Henderson, Nola, Caminero, Martinez, Kirkerin, Sale, Machado, Kierstad, Connor Phillips, Bo Naylor, C.J. Abrams, Langeliers, and Jason Dominguez. Yeah, Chisholm Jr., Evaldi, Seager, Mason Wynn on the pink, Basebe, Torkelson, McNeil, Judge, Amaya, Funderburk, Jimenez, Judge, and Blade. Couple Judges in that 5-box there, Jesse. In a blaster case, there's roughly about 5 to 10 base Ohtani or Judges, if I'm being honest. Jesse, I was surprised to still see you on Facebook getting in breaks with Nick going to the app, like making his own app or whatever. I guess it's just a website that has an app designed for it. But I've seen quite a few guys where we had like mutual members in each of our groups kind of just, I haven't seen them around Facebook like at all when it comes to sports cards at least, I mean. Honestly, no. They're the same exact cases, man. I was going to say, they're just holding them back. There's no less production. They are all printed on the same print run. Because that was the case. The Wave 2 I got of a Finest case was the best case of Finest we broke. And it was the 10th case we opened, or the 9th case. The one we opened from that was like half the group and half Loupe. Like, that case was ridiculous, and that was one of the cases that was from the second wave of product I got. So why would they hold that whenever it had such, like, I don't know, 5 or 6 of the top rookie autographs? The out of 5, what was it? The out of 5 Colt Keith that was pulled a couple days ago from Topps Chrome, like that was from Wave 4 product. I think what happens is just like when you get near release day, right? Like backyard breaks isn't breaking Topps Chrome anymore. They moved on to whatever the football product is, right? Then they break that for 4 days. Then they move on to whatever else. Where there's just other guys like me and maybe I don't know how much Nick is breaking whatever because the app is blocked, whatever his website gets blocked at my work, so I can't really see what he's doing during the day. Not that I'm like spying on him, but in the sense of like in the sense of like I just think that a lot of the big breakers are done breaking certain products, and then you just don't see all of the big hits anymore because like when everyone's ripping stuff in the when it releases, it's like all in your face, right? It's in your feed, you can't avoid it. Compared to now, like who's really ripping Topps Chrome that much? But a month ago, it would have been like super hopping, right? So Tyler Fitzgerald, Suzuki, Royce Lewis, Henry Davis, Matos, Lofton, Devers, Yelich, Lindor, Furman, Goriel Jr., Ruiz, Yelich, Hartwig, Moreno, Josh Jung, Mauricio, Neto, Happ, Lindor, Volpe, Tovar, Wilson Contreras, Sal Frank, Evan Carter, Yamamoto, Trevor Story, and Gray. Now, stuff like first off the line with Panini, like they can stack those cases because it's a different print run because they have special first off the line only inserts that have to go into those boxes to make them first off the line. So they can literally like be like, all right, we're gonna print it like pretty much what they did. We were gonna print an extra 10 sheets of downtowns and put them in the first off the line because we know what has to go in there anyways. Like it's more monitored than just like a big print run. If that makes sense. Like I'm sure there's somebody from Panini that sits there and watches the first off the line stuff like in production compared to their other stuff is just made from whatever because Topps and Panini share the same warehouse for packaging and printing and all that stuff. Not for all products, but for some products they share. So, I mean, really, the workers they probably know like what cards are valuable and which ones aren't. But in reality, like it gets printed off, the sheets are cut, and then it goes to a different place for packaging. And a lot of the packaging is in the same facilities. So I don't think the workers care that much to stack certain cases unless it's intentional by like Topps doing it. We have Lee, Leiter, Julio Rodriguez, Cease, Wynn, Riley, Bednar, Lindor, Wade Jr. Now I do think if they wanted to, they could follow like certain cases. Like I am sure they knew where and who the Babe Ruths were going to when it came to what was that product. Like I don't remember who pulled the second one, but I'm sure they knew where one of the two Babe Ruths. It was Babe Ruth, right? Or was it the Otanis? It was two Babe Ruth cards. One with him hitting with Otani, and the other one was him pitching, right? It was a Babe Ruth Otani duel out of Definitive. I bet you they knew where those were going. At least one of them. They might not have known who was getting the other one, but I guarantee you they already knew who was getting one of them. Because then, guess who blew up right afterwards? Filth Bomb. You think that's just coincidence? I mean, that's just maybe I'm being a conspiracy theorist, but it makes a little bit too much sense for me to be beneficial to both sides of that endeavor. We have Jarvis, Cano, Arozarena, Acuna Jr., Triolo, Casas, Semien, Perez, Cowser, Betts, Nolan Gorman, Taj Bradley, Torres, McLean, Blackman, Nolan Gorman, Meade, Charlie Blackman, and CES. We have Julian, Yastrzemski, Dane Myers, Taylor, Baker, Swanson, Noelvi Marte. On the all-rookie etch. I didn't think it was that at the beginning because Filth Bomb wasn't big enough for them to do it, but then now they've really, really backed Filth Bomb to where, like, you go back and look at it, and, like, that's where Filth Bomb took off, right? That was their big, oh, who the fuck's Filth Bomb? Oh, we know who they are because they pulled the Babe Ruth card. Filth Bomb was already big, but now they were like, they blew up after that. We have Volpe, Myers, Mountcastle, Betts, and they were like one of the first ones to get on there and have like 2 or 3 channels on Fanatics Live. It just all made too much sense long term. But at the time, you couldn't see it unless you were like really tied into the hobby. We have Cruz and McLean, Padermo, Lowe, Contreras, Alvarez, Jackson Merrill, Lopez, Gray, Lopez again, Pereira, Rochillo, Scott, Yandy Diaz, Lindor. Like I said, I could just be a conspiracy theorist too and not have any truth to that. I'm not saying that's actually the case, per se. Just my personal opinion. Joey Votto, Musgrove, McCutcheon, Betts, Garcia, Balasovic, Rojas, Guerrero Jr., Carter, Gonzalez, Devers, Suzuki, Pipiot, Burns, Williams, Gurriel Jr., Crawford, Bogarts, Happ, Jackson Holiday, Moreno, Patrick Bailey, Corbin, Carroll, Kyle Harrison, Slade Sassoni, Nick Castellanos, Sal Frank, Marte, Javier Baez, Shota, Yoshida, and Gavin Williams. We have Darius Vines, Rochillo, Devin Williams, Arrays, Canario, Bradish, Senga. We have Dominic Canzone, 429 out of 499 going to the Mariners, and Dustin Washburn. Nice hit, Dustin, if you're still in here watching. Yeah, they're screamers. I said they're about as bad as some of those 90 prawn actresses. We're going to have Ketel Marte and Gavin Williams, Lyon Richardson, Torres, Hunter Goodman, Zach Jaloff, Rodriguez, Corbin Carroll, Bryce Harper, Evan Carter, Jaloff. We have Noda, Castillo, and Willie Adames. We got Gomez, Lawrence Butler, Harris II, Goldschmidt, and Trout. We have Goodman, Logan O'Hoppe, Stanton, Sandy Alcantara, 68 out of 99 on the green Ray Wave. For the Marlins. And Nick O. Yeah, Starling Marte. Altuve, Patrick Bailey, J.P. Crawford, Riley Green, Nolan Ciano, Harrison, Jackson Holiday, Castellanos, Lewis, Hunter Goodman, Votto, McMahon, Stanton, and Ornelas. I mean, the hobby's also very weird about publicity because, like, in general, like, if I would have did the same thing with a giveaway that Backyard Breaks did with that Trevor Lawrence Gold, Kaboom, if I would have did that, I would have been canceled and blasted off the face of the earth to the point to where, like, I would have had to shut down my business and whatever else and probably, like, delete myself off the internet for a while. They somehow got away with it and only got bigger, which is just fucking wild to me. That's how you know you have somebody backing you in the back end, because most companies would be like, bro, you're done. We're cutting you off. Like, you're clearly a scummy scammer. But it's like anything else in life, right? If you generate enough revenue and money, people will just forget when it comes to the business aspect of it. So... they're expensive. Filth Bomb's expensive as fuck, too. Pardon my language. So expensive. Anytime you run pick your player breaks, and then you can take like $60 or $100 off a team, or a team, a player, without even thinking about it, like, you know you're overpriced. Like, when I was running pick your player breaks, bro, like, people would ask me for discounts and things, and I was like, hold on, I gotta double check. I was like, I only have X amount built into this, and I don't want to run a pick your player for, I mean, to break even. In the sense of, like, yeah, breaking even, like, even with allocated product. There was the Bowman Chrome last year. I got pretty much ran it at cost for what my cost was after I had to give people discounts to just get it filled. That was whenever I was like, maybe pick your players, I'm just not big enough for it yet. That's why I just avoided it with Topps Chrome, because bump the camera. My apologies. You guys get to see the stack of cards that are just sitting there. I mean, obviously they're still on the overhead camera, but... Yeah, I don't even think you can break on real breaks anymore without breaking through Whatnot. I think you have to get in a break on Whatnot with them. Maybe they might be on Fanatics Live, so I could be wrong about that. But I don't think they do anything through like their... They used to go through their... did I say real breaks? I meant backyard breaks. I don't think you can go through their Twitch anymore. Like when it first started, I think one of them was like a gamer. And that's why they were on Twitch to start. Sorry, when I bumped the camera, it adjusted it a little bit. Let me fix it. Alright, let's get rolling. We have Canario, Richardson, Bradish, Meadows, Schwarber, Carroll, Harper, Torres, Soto, Jaloff, Williams, Castillo, William Contreras, Butler, Harris II, Rodriguez. We have Cal Raleigh, Wade Meckler, Hartwig, Yoshida, Ruiz, Volpe, Varsho, Wu, Steele, and Jung. I have Shota, Robert Jr., Schmidt, Bogarts. Connor Phillips for the Reds, 12 out of 250 on the purple. Go to Jesse. Lopez, Westberg, Smith-Sauber, Steer, Rojas, Meneses, Pena, Lugo, Cal Raleigh, Perez, Meade, Bichette, Seager, Devin Williams, Hamilton, Quinn Priester, Diaz, Verdugo. We have Rafaela, Abreu, Soto, Kirilloff, Yanner Diaz, and Spencer Torkelson. Joe Boyle, Steven Cruz, Sean Murphy, Batty, Spires, Nico Horner, Cedric Mullins, Hayes, Colton Cowser on the pink, Luciano Cease, Tatis Jr., Paris, Harrison. We got Frelick, Will Smith, Lane Thomas, J-Rod, Emerson Hancock, Greinke, Scherzer, Cole, Murphy, Bregman, Lowe, Cruz, and CES. Got Jared Jones, Andres Jimenez, Ray Caminero, Bellinger, Montez, Arrays, Webb, Rom, Wyatt Langford, Rodriguez, Rendon, Adames, Yelich, Basebe, Henderson, Olson, Stanton, Rutschman, Sale, Judge, McNeil, Acuna, Kirkeren, Funderburk, Rizzo, Jordan Wicks, Phillips, Chisholm Jr., Bo Naylor, Shota, Ruiz, and Sal Frank. You got Imanaga for the Cubs. Lee, J-Rod, Jason Dominguez, PCA on the Sepia. Got Gray, Riley, Bednar, Noto, Wynn, Cano, Semien, Rosarena, Clase, Triolo, Jarvis, Casas, Williams, Marlowe, Glasnow, Betts, Nolan, Gorman, and Morel. We have Cowser, Julian, Mike Yastrzemski, Chapman, Baker, CES, Perez, Springer, Eloy Jimenez, Javier Baez, Witt Jr., Wade Jr., Rodriguez, Hader, Millis, Williams, Shota. Got Julian, Vines, Noelvi Marte, Rochillo, Senga, and Tenna. And that's going to be the second to last 5. Let's get into the last 5. Checking a text message. Alright, let's get at least last 5. Make sure if you're watching on YouTube that you do subscribe to the channel. I mean, even if you're already in the break group or whatever. I'm trying to get that number up to 1,000 so the channel can be monetized. Do a Bowman Chrome review, and if you're subscribed to it, that way you won't miss it, because you might not notice it when I post it on the Facebook group, because they don't like to do good post reach on the Facebook group whenever I do a Topps Chrome review, or Topps Chrome Bowman Chrome. By review, I mean reviewing the checklist and letting you know kind of what guys are top prospects should be chased. I'm not gonna like open the product on the camera to review it. I'm not Striker Breaks or whatever that guy's name is with the. If you watch any sports cards guys on Facebook or on YouTube, I'm sure you know who I'm talking about. I mean, if you guys would have filled it last night, Rodney could have tagged in. He was here because we were trying to figure out the back end of whatnot. Which that clearly didn't even matter, because when he tried to go live, his stream key got fucked up. So we need to push that show back to 30 minutes and. right, let's get into these last 5 blasters. We have JP Martinez, Nimmo, Ruiz, Vladdy Jr. for the Blue Jays on the orange. 5 out of 25 on the strokes. Going to Frank Hassler. Nice Vladdy Jr. Surprised he didn't get traded. We have Doyle, Young, Meadows, Doyle again, Kessinger, Kierstead for the Orioles. I still don't know if he's recovered from his concussion yet or not. We have India, Bryant, Alonso, Jordan Walker, Caminero, Terang, Alcantara, Patrick Bailey, Paris, Kierstead, Turner. 88 out of 150 blue Ray Wave color match. Going to the Dodgers and Joe Hernandez. Nice hit, man. Nice buyback. I think some of these are going for more than the buybacks. So, just a heads up. We have Bryant, Corbin Carroll, DeGrom, Chapman, Turner, and Emerson Hancock. Got Ronnie Mauricio, Horwitz, Yandy Diaz, Terang, Rodriguez, Harris II, Rodriguez. Wilson Contreras for the Cardinals. You have Albies, White, Trevor Story, Ray, Wicks, Chris Murphy, Montez, Perez, Webb, Bichette, Rodriguez, Freeman, Arraez, Alvarez, Wyatt Langford, Kerry Carpenter, Adames, Zach Jaloff, and Murphy. We have Diaz, Pena, Seager, Guerrero Jr., Austin Riley, Priester, Cruz, Bichette, Bryce Jarvis, Remilliard, David Hamilton, Candelario, Matsui, Springer, Trey Cabbage, Adley Rutschman, Cody Bellinger, Raleigh, Cano, Moniak, Marte, Burns, Trout, Rom, Austin Wells, Verdugo, Triolo, Wicks, Shohei, Winans, Noda, and Mackenzie Gore. We have Cano, Riley, Rodriguez, Otani, Colt. We're speaking of Colt Keith earlier. Nice Colt Keith. Sepia, Gray, Rosarena, Bednar, Lowe, Jarvis, Wynn. Going to have Marcus Semien. Oh, for the Rangers. The Blasters deliver on a big boy, Michael Skornick. Getting rewarded for taking all them spots on the Evan Carter. Nice hit for the Rangers. We have Jazz Chisholm Jr., Triolo, Glasnow, Casas, Remilliard, Jackson Chury on the Sepia for the Brewers. For like a pretty simple autograph, Evan Carter has such a clean auto too, man. We have Perez, Yastrzemski, Gorman, Rutschman, CES, Colton Cowser, Julian, Nolan Arenado, Baker, McLean, Blackman, another Shohei. 146 out of 199 on the Aqua Rayway for Joe Hernandez. Clayton Kershaw, Morel, Blade, Alvarez, Mike Trout, Besebe, Martinez. Got Paris, Reynolds, Snell, Shiano, Outman, Tim Anderson, Spencer Steer, 155 out of 275 on the purple Sonar. I think you had the right idea, Jesse, picking up one of the MVP teams. Just picked the wrong one. We got Freeman, Matos, Raggins, McCutcheon, Smith-Sauver, Funderburk, Rojas, Altuve, Musgrove, Rutschman, Balasovic, McMahon, Vladdy Jr., Schwarber, Nick Gonzalez, Joey Votto, Pipiot. We got a Yoshi on Yamamoto on the Ray Wave for Joe. Kerry Carpenter, Isaiah Campbell, Granke, Hayter. Robert Jr., Junior Caminero for the Rays on the Sepia. Davis Schneider, Bregman, Wheeler, and J.P. Crawford on the refractor. And that's going to be the break, guys. Let's do a quick recap of the hits. We have Yamamoto on the Ray Wave, Spencer Steer on the purple Sonar. We have Jackson Chury on the Sepia, Contreras on the negative, Kjerstad on the Sepia, PC on the Sepia, Shota on the Ray Wave, Alcantara on the green Ray Wave, Lamont Jr. on the negative, Lugo on the purple Sonar, Wells on the Prism, Westberg on the Prism, Rutschman on the purple Sonar, Royce Lewis, purple Speckle, Jordan Lawler on the Sepia, Lindor on the purple, Hayes on the Fuchsia Speckle. We have Jason Dominguez on the Sepia, Andrew Abbott on the pink, and Jordan Westberg on the Sepia. We have Ohtani in the blue Ray Wave, the Aqua Wave Ohtani. Noe Martin in the All-Etch Rookie Rush. We have Jackson Holiday on the Prism. Blake Rutherford on the purple Speckle, the orange Vladimir Guerrero Jr. on the Strokes, Terang on the light board, Jackson Merrill on the pink, Curtis Mead on the Sepia, Evan Carter on the base autograph, Connor Phillips on the purple auto, Dane Myers on the gold Ray Wave, Willer Abreu on the Sepia, Canzone on the refractor out of 499, Mead on the All-Etch Rookie Rush, Kekkerin on the refractor, Kirkerin, and then we have De La Cruz on the pink and PCA on the Aqua Ray Wave, and that's going to be the break, guys. I appreciate y'all as always. Hopefully you guys had a good night. I don't think the mixer filled up, which means I probably won't run it tonight. I was going to say it definitely didn't. I appreciate y'all as always. You guys have a good night. And I will catch y'all later. Sounds good, Jesse, man. Appreciate talking to you.